Elkamwe Ute Uxte, episode way Orfe.
Eep Opp Ork, ahah! Eep Opp Ork, ahah! Eep Opp Ork, ahah! That means I love you.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of Stuck. We've been stuck almost a whole school week now at this point. Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of Stuck. We've been stuck for almost an entire school week at this point, which is crazy. Now, originally the plan is for Illinois schools to be off for 2 weeks, so we're nearing the halfway point. And I thought today we'd do a fun little activity based on just quite a few different things actually that kind of inspired this. But one of the things that inspired this was the book, The Lord of the Rings, or in fact, the series, The Lord of the Rings. In these books, there's quite a few different races. You have the elves, you have the hobbits, the humans, the dwarves, and then all kinds of others, orcs and wizards and all kinds of creatures. But what's super, super interesting about that is when J.R.R. Tolkien wrote The Lord of the Rings, he developed a language for each of those races. In fact, he really thought out and thought through the language very, very in depth. And so he created almost entire languages for each race in the series. He did write other books that relate to the Lord of the Rings series and take place in the same kind of universe, and he uses those languages throughout those stories. And I've always thought that was so cool how one guy could invent not only an entire world that's so different than ours, but also take the time to create different languages that could be spoken. You can learn to speak Tolkien Elvish and things of that nature. And that reminded me of when I was a child. When I was a child, we used to watch a show called The Jetsons. And in The Jetsons, in one episode, a famous singer had a contest to see who could write the best lyrics to a song. And the daughter, she wrote what she thought was great lyrics and mailed those in to the singer. Unfortunately, she mailed in the wrong envelope and accidentally mailed in a piece of paper that contained a secret code that her little brother had written with his friend. And she ends up winning the contest thinking she had written this great song, and it turns out the singer, the artist, actually liked her little brother's code, thinking it was song lyrics. And so we were given the classic gem that you kids probably have never heard, but your parents may recognize, Eep Opp Ork, ahah, which means, I love you. And so it's a fun, catchy song, especially when that show came out, which I was actually watching reruns when I was growing up. So it's a little older than me even. But and so today I thought, well, this would be fun. What if you took a little bit of time and came up with a secret code? It doesn't have to be an entire language. But what if you came up with a secret code that you could say things or, a way of speaking? In the show Phineas and Ferb, they do this. They come up with a language called Ferb Latin, where they take the first letter of every word, they move it to the end of the word, and then they add herb to the end.
You take the first letter of every word, you move it to the end, and then say herb.
And so Jared, my name, would be Ergerb. And so that's kind of a fun way. So you can look at some different words and come up with a fun language. And then lastly, there's a book called Friendle. And hey, if you're stuck at home, a lot of libraries are closed, but some of them are still doing delivery of books and things. Look up the book Friendle, especially if you're like 3rd grade or older. And in that book, the boy actually, he has a simple code. He just starts calling his pencil a Friendle. And it causes all kinds of chaos in his school, and it's a really funny story. And so these are just some fun things that I've been exposed to over the years, but I wanted you to take some time, it doesn't have to take long, and try to come up with a secret code or just name a few things funny. Like instead of mom, you could call her Her Highness, the Queen of All Things or something, because she's awesome. Or your dad, you could refer to him as Grill Master Pro Everything Man or something. I don't know. You can come up with something better than that, I'm sure. So why don't you come up with a language? And hey, if your parents give you permission, feel free to send that language on to me, and I'll see if I can adopt some of your words into my vocabulary. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Look forward to see what you guys coming up with. So you're stuck at home, but you might as well make the most of it. Get me out of here!